Welcome to the Circle. I'm Ian.
I'm Christian.
And this is Patrick.
And happy St. Patty's Day to all.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that was perfectly synchronized. Who's going to call Jinx? Who doesn't get to talk the rest of the podcast?
I just said Jinx.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
I totally missed it.
Yep.
Flew right over my head.
Totally didn't plan that.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we drinking tonight, boys?
We are
And
drinking
boy, are we drinking tonight.
in the fashion of the Irish tonight.
The old country.
Yep. So we picked up a bottle of Jameson, but not any old bottle of Jameson. This special black barrel bottle that they're making, which I'm assuming they released as a special edition thing for St. Patrick's Day.
I believe so, yeah. Mm-hmm. So what's the
breakdown?
Yeah, what
catch?
makes it the black barrel?
Well, let's see.
Let's see.
A tribute to the legacy of charring barrels before filling them. It's basically like so they char the barrels, and then I think it's going to have pretty standard Jameson flavor, spicy, sweet, vanilla, nutty tones.
So in other words, there's barely any difference.
Number one of the night.
Yep.
Number one of the night.
All right. And more to come.
Out. Here's one for you.
All right. To a great night and a horrible morning.
And I'll take the bottle.
Looks like Pat's taking the bottle.
Go ahead.
Good luck at work tomorrow, buddy.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Happy St. Patrick's Day and happy getting super wasted day.
Oh, yeah.
Count them as two separate holidays.
Yeah. Sweet.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's smooth.
Yep. That's what I expected out of it.
That's like,
It's like extra smooth Jameson.
I really
like
like music.
there's a little bite on like the front of your tongue there.
Yeah.
It's totally smooth.
Since they were talking about the charred barrels, I was kind of hoping for a smokier flavor.
And
but
then, while we're at it, shout out to New Glarus.
Oh, yeah,
Over here
New
drinking
Glarus.
the Moon Man.
Our official, unofficial sponsor.
Yep.
Official, unofficial.
Ah, perfect.
All right, so I think last week we mentioned we were going to be talking about a lot of visual media today.
Visual media, my
Yeah.
wheelhouse. I'll tell you what, I got a lot of stuff that I want to bring up today. Pin it down to a few of my favorite things that I found this week, but there's some really interesting stuff going on with TV right now. And first, I want to talk about this thing I saw that could be potentially dangerous
In a
in
way.
a big way. And it's not something you usually expect to see from a visual media perspective. You know, you don't think of, I guess you can think of video manipulation as a weapon. And that's essentially what this is coming down to.
It already kind of is.
Well, exactly. Exactly. I suppose I worded that horribly.
People can maliciously edit videos now?
Who thought?
God.
Fucking, so aliens are real, all that stuff, dude. I never knew that until this moment. But yeah, basically what this is they found a way to take a video and make it look like they are saying something other than what they're saying by an actor having a video or a video camera pointed at them while they voice the words. And they can basically put it onto the mouth of anybody else. And there's also this technology that exists that allows you to, if you take a catalog of all the speeches from somebody or all the times, if they have a bunch of recorded audio, and you can put it through this program, which basically lets you create what they say. And it sounds like them. And it's a lot better than the robot speak you're used to hearing from that kind of shit, you know?
Yeah. The one you type dirty things into. Just to see
it'll,
what
like,
you
Just to feel a little less lonely at night.
Yeah, right.
Quick side note, I actually did that with Google Translate's little thing because I wanted to hear a bunch of weird
God.
stuff in different...
I just wanted to hear
would.
somebody
No,
say I love me.
That's probably what it was.
Your father is very not disappointed with you.
That's great.
That's
Yeah.
cool though. So it can transfer over the inflections and whatnot.
Yeah, to a certain extent, the more data it has, obviously, the more specific it can get. Because I think it still is just pulling the closest match for the sentence. You know,
Yeah.
it can't just create something out of thin air. It's going to pick words from the catalog that you put in. So the more data it has to reference, the better it's going to sound. Which is why it's especially scary when you think about it for political candidates and things like this. If people have access to all that information, it's going to be really easy for them to just make them say whatever they want. And then how are we supposed to be able to distinguish what's real and what's not?
Yeah.
The video actually showcases them manipulating George Bush's face, too.
Great choice, I think.
Right.
Yeah, link is in the comments for anybody who, or in the description, not the comments, for anybody who wants to check that out. It's a really interesting video.
Essentially, this is a lot like the whole motion capture thing that they do with movies with the CGI.
Yeah, it's the next level of that.
Same
Yeah.
concept, but you're not like in that suit with all the little balls.
Well, yeah, and that's essentially what they do for animated characters.
Animated.
Yeah, animated characters now. You know, they have an actor who comes in and he just, you know, they put all those little dots all over the face, which maps
Yeah.
the like actual
muscle
thing. Yeah,
movements
and then they
and
can
whatnot.
animate it, and that's pretty incredible just to
Yeah.
begin with.
I wonder how, like, from a business aspect, it will work for commercials. Because you know how when you make a commercial, you're going to get paid more if you're on the commercial saying stuff to the camera.
then if you just-
Then you are as like a side person. So I wonder if they'll just have someone do the walkthrough without saying anything
Yeah,
and go back with a voiceover.
you could. I
and just
wonder.
do that, and maybe if that saves money, how that would work with.
And yeah, and if you give them a giant catalog of all your words, actors will literally be nothing other than like you walk in, get your face scanned,
Yep.
and walk out, and then
Yep.
you're like, oh, that movie came
was-
out. I think I'll go see that movie I was in.
I don't really do anything, but yeah.
I think I'll go see that movie I was in.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird world, dude. It's gonna be a weird
I
world.
don't know. I got premiere tickets, but Family
Yeah.
Feud is on.
It's a great show. It's a great show. It's been on for a long time. Well, you know, that's interesting though, because like, what is it that makes those kind of shows last so long and be so stable? Because those shows have been on forever. So what is it that you guys think personally that makes mainstream television so popular? You know, the shows. Family Feud's a great example. Family Feud, you know, Modern Family is that other one that's coming up.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's well, not coming up. It's gigantic. It's one of the biggest shows on
Yeah.
TV. Big Bang Theory, shows that a lot of people that I meet say they hate, but have some of the best ratings on all of TV.
Big Bang Theory is a cash cow like nothing else.
Really?
And they don't
Yeah,
even tell
absolutely.
jokes in that sitcom.
It is a lot of it is just like weird, angry slights at each other.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to laugh, look up the Big Bang Theory without laugh tracks.
Oh my God, really?
And it's just awkward.
It's so
just
awkward.
like
Really?
it's just the story of like four roommates who just absolutely fucking hate each other and are constantly like taking
Wow, I
digs
might
at
watch
everybody.
this.
It's so
I've
funny.
never seen that before.
It's not just with this show either. There are tons of videos.
Yeah.
Like this I've seen some for Friends and stuff.
Well, and people they'll change it to be all different kinds of versions of it. There's one where they just have Ricky Gervais do the laugh track, so it's just this one dude. If you know Ricky Gervais, he has a fucking ridiculous laugh, and it's just him laughing at the Big Bang
Oh my
Theory.
God,
It's so
dude.
dumb. It's so fucking dumb.
So
oh my
to-
God.
But what do you think?
Just
What
to
do you think it
round things
is?
back.
What do you think it is that makes those shows so popular?
I mean, I wonder, I guess, how much it would have to do with, say, the writers and how the content of the show and advertising, I guess. How many
Advertising,
people
yeah.
you're able to reach and make aware that this is a thing, and then once they see that, are they able to watch it and hang on to it because it was written and created very well?
Two things that I can think about in terms of what makes them popular. Maybe not so much with Family Feud and stuff like that, but with like dramas
Yeah, I
or
guess that's what I meant too.
shows in general. What really helps is when your theme has an edge, when it tries to push the limits a little bit. That gets people
But in a safe
talking.
way, you're talking about
Yeah,
like
it's always in a safe way. Well, maybe
Because
not
they-
always, but
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And I think that there's a pretty big distinction to be made between popular TV and pop culture TV.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
when you talk about popular TV, I think of things like Breaking Bad, the Game of Thrones. You know, I don't personally watch Game of Thrones,
Yeah, me neither.
but it's huge.
both of those things
And,
push the
uh,
envelope a little bit.
Yeah, no, and this is the distinction I'm making. That those are popular TV shows, but there's a difference between that and pop culture shows, which I think of as the Big Bang Theory, Friends when it was out. You know, I like Friends, but it definitely was. It played it safe, and it was in its realm
Popular.
of just pop culture.
Yep.
Very set in stone mechanics. Very not super in depth characters so much that they like grow in any way. Because
Yeah.
that's
Not
the one thing
really.
I've noticed in like most of these sitcom style shows is people don't show a lot of growth in any of them.
No, not
minus
really.
a couple like that 70s show, and even in Friends they grow a little, but they're essentially the same people.
Matthew Perry shows some growth. He
Just
gets-
different stories and situations, kind of, that they deal
Yeah.
with each other.
Matthew Perry shows a little growth. His character in Friends, I mean, he just gets a little fat by the end of the by the end of the whole thing.
God.
But the other thing I wanted to mention that might help is if you have a cast of characters that are relatable to large demographics of people.
Well, and I think that that's a key point too. And well, then you look at something like The Big Bang Theory, and those characters are relatable in a way that's a little bit different. You know, it's the relatable, not relatable, which has become really popular because I think that a lot of these sitcoms have realized they can't pull out the same person, the same character bag, you know?
Yeah.
So they just went with the opposite. But they're still relatable because they're anxious. They're still relatable because they have quirks, you know? And that's the stuff that people cling to. And then they use a thesaurus to throw in some sciencey words that 90% of the time do not really fit the situation.
Not only that, but nerd culture is kind of mainstream now.
That's so true. That's a really good point. And they really did jump on that right kind of in the beginning. And I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think that that's one of the main reasons why they are so popular. You know, they're wearing the Flash T-shirts. They're talking about all the people, and you know whether or not they talk about all nerd culture, they are definitely like interwoven into that community by a lot.
It's kind of interesting that you bring up the Flash and how they're all into that stuff, because the superhero culture is pretty big.
Yeah.
In movies right now.
Yes, it is.
I'm so tired of it.
Along with a great deal of other things. It seems like in the movie industry nowadays, we have this oversaturation of sequels and remakes and revivals of IPs.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's the only... Do you guys think that Hollywood is running out of ideas?
I think that they've found a niche that really makes a lot of money without a ton of effort.
That's the ultimatum I was trying to present.
Okay.
Are they running out of ideas, or is this a cash cow? And
Yeah,
they know
that's
it?
kind
I
of
think
a
it
solid
absolutely.
point.
I think it absolutely is a cash thing, and that's what
could be
that's what
both.
it comes down to in Hollywood. You know, I said like 6 times. Now. Well, yeah, when you know things, sometimes you know them.
I know.
Yeah, no, I think that is a really important part of what Hollywood does in general. You know, you look at the 70s and 80s, they did a lot of progressive like racial pieces and stuff because that's what people wanted to see. And then later, they started to move towards romantic comedies was big in the 90s, or were big in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly where that stems from, but it was definitely a big thing. And they've seen a fallout of that. The only place you're going to see romantic comedies anymore is on like Netflix and the cheap, the Ryan Reynolds, and whoever random good-looking girl actress.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it's really true that they just want stuff that works, and they're afraid to go out on a limb and try things that they think might potentially flop. That's why look at Stranger Things. It got skipped over by every major network. Breaking Bad got skipped over by HBO, Showtime, Fox. All of these huge ones all didn't want Breaking Bad, and then AMC
look what it
finally
turned
picked it up.
into.
HBO?
Yeah.
Wow.
They pitched it to all the major networks, and nobody wanted it.
Wow. I'm
And
surprised.
this is what happens with a lot of these shows. And I think that this falls back on the distinction that I was making between popular television and pop culture TV. Pop culture TV plays it safe, uses the same stuff over and over to try to make money and, be entertaining. I'm not trying to say that it's not worth anything. I've watched The Big Bang Theory and I've laughed at it sometimes because it's just stupid and, it's funny. Same reason I watch The Ranch on Netflix, if anybody's seen that. That's,
I don't think I have.
That's they took Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson, Hyde and Kelso from that 70s show, and put them on a farm with a Ron Swanson type dad character, and they just do stupid stuff, and it's really the dumbest show I've ever liked.
That sounds like it might be kind of good though.
Oh, it's fun because they just took Hyde and Kelso's personalities and put them together on a farm. That's really what it is.
That really sounds like a cool ranch.
God damn it!
I don't know what you're talking about. I was talking about this with my sister when I was doing my research for this topic, and she mentioned something kind of interesting that I didn't quite think about. When I asked her, do you think that Hollywood is running out of ideas or this is just money? She mentioned something about how, well, can you really say that they're running out of ideas? Because when you think about it, they are taking an established IP or franchise or whatever, and sure, they're milking that cash cow for all it's worth, but at the same time, they're injecting their own kind of vision into it. So that takes a level of creativity. You can't just retell the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's very valid too, and I thought where you were going with that with something different, but also really intertwined in this is, we can talk about stealing stories, or like somebody's run out of ideas, but Shakespeare didn't write half of the stories he had.
Mm-hmm.
They were all old European plays, and he just adapted them.
Really?
Most of them, yeah. Well, I shouldn't say most of them. I don't know how many. There was like a lot of the major ones were already plays that were going on in Europe that he adapted. So to say like people are running out of ideas, like we haven't had any new ideas for 100 years.
Yeah, right. Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
So much of his
Greatest cover band
their
of all
songs.
time.
Yeah, they're good. I like Zeppelin.
Yeah.
But exactly, yeah, a bunch of their stuff was taken from old blues musicians,
Yep.
and you can talk about how whether or not that's stealing or they were just jamming with them or whatever. But that's, yeah.
Do you mean to tell me that Romeo and Juliet did originally take place in New York?
Yes. Yes, it
Yep.
did.
Yep.
So here's
Hey, Romeo.
Hey.
Hey, Romeo, where the fuck are you?
Got a kid out here.
Get a care about
Got away from your family. Come on.
Come on.
a
Hey,
plague,
come
a plague of both your tenements. So I got some interesting stats here about these sequels. Of the 10 highest grossing films of 2016, 7 are not original concepts.
Yeah.
7 of the 10.
I'll read some of them just quickly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I want to know. Just read like the top
okay.
5. I'm interested.
Good thing I actually recorded this because I was considering just saying that. Okay, so number 1, Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, that's on Netflix now. I
A Marvel
got
one.
like halfway through it and I stopped because
Because it's just
it's just watch these characters bicker and then fight at the end.
Yep.
yeah, that's basically what it is.
I really don't like any of the like the
my God.
crossover ones where they do like the big like group ones where it's like here's Iron Man and Captain America and like also why isn't Captain America racist? He totally would be. He was a 1950s like American
Captain America.
Yeah.
1945.
1945, yeah, whatever
40s.
it was.
Okay, well,
40s
still.
and early 50s.
He was supposed
for
to fight
sure.
the Nazis.
So it's like, yeah, but he would totally be like a straight up like racist when it comes to like black people, I'm pretty sure.
I would imagine.
He basically seems like a Nazi experiment
He could be.
built to fight the Nazis, I guess.
Okay, anyway, yeah, sorry,
Anyway,
totally
we
sidetracked.
can't get too
Yeah,
far on this.
to-
By the way, the first 4 on this list gross over $1 billion.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Oh, that makes sense.
Also not an original. Finding Dory, also not an original.
Wait.
Well,
what do you
no,
mean
excuse me. It's
a sequel?
It's sequel.
Well, wait, what? Rogue One is a remake of what?
It's not a remake. It's just an.
Okay, yeah.
It's just a
no,
revival.
okay. I thought
of
you
an
meant
IP.
like, yeah, okay,
Yeah, no.
totally.
And here at number 4, we have our first totally original thing, Zootopia. And then
Yeah, and that's hardly original too because everybody's been pushing the envelope with like the types of characters for those kind of movies forever. Inside Out and all those other ones. It's just like. It's what they do. It's like, what are we gonna give sentience and emotion to?
Yep.
And it got to a point with Inside Out where they were literally like, we're gonna give sentience and emotion to your emotions
Yep.
in your head.
Oh yeah,
That's
true.
they went to the top of it. I don't know how they can go from there. They did every animal to the point where they had to just make feelings sentient.
Is Disney Pixar run by schizophrenics?
Probably. It's probably just run by
Could
like.
be. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I don't know.
Okay, and then The Jungle Book revival. The
Okay,
Secret
yeah.
Life of Pets, that's new. Batman versus Superman, because we need another superhero movie.
Yeah.
Fant-
Also, Batman would get his ass kicked.
He would, but doesn't he like? I guess I don't want to spoil it. I didn't see it, so doesn't he win? That's what I heard.
I don't know. Did he win?
That's what I heard. Because
knows?
like everyone expects Superman to win, but it's like the whole ooh.
Yeah. He's got kryptonite. If he's got like a kryptonite rock on him or something, or if he can create like a kryptonite soup, then Superman's literally got nothing on him.
Yeah.
Kryptonite soup.
Kryptonite soup. Oh,
not sound
I thought you
appetizing.
said soup.
A soup, yeah, gives it to him like, here you
Here's a
go.
warm bowl of soup.
When he's got a cold, just
But
give it to
okay,
him.
so how do you guys feel about like the Disney remakes, kind of like Beauty and the Beast is coming out? Or
I don't
just
mind
came
that.
out?
Well, because they're doing
like,
live action.
When were those originally made?
I don't
You know, like all those
late,
Disney movies that like we basically grew
late
up
80s,
with.
early 90s, I'm guessing,
I
for
would-
most of the major ones.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of them are actually a lot earlier than you might suspect.
Some of them are even like
Well, the
60s,
stories, well, the
70s.
stories have been around
40s,
forever.
dude.
Oh, really?
40s. Dumbo
Yeah.
was 40s.
The stories for sure.
Well, yeah, they're originally all the Disney stories come from
like
Grimm's Fables.
yeah.
You know, that ties in pretty beautifully with this what we're talking about, because Disney,
Yep.
who's actually, by the way, 5 of the things in this top 10 list of all the grossing things, all Disney.
Yeah.
Well, and that's so true. Grimm's Fables, the only difference between the stories with Grimm's Fables or Disney stories is Grimm's Fables usually end with all the characters dying and not happy stuff happening throughout the whole thing.
Yeah,
I think the end of the Hunchback Notre Dame, the girl never loved him. She would just like she wasn't mean to him, so he clung to her.
Oh, doesn't he like?
And then she dies, and then he lays in her grave next to her and dies with her, like, and just kills himself by laying.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Because he's a hunchback.
It's very sad.
why doesn't my boyfriend do that for me?
Oh boy.
So
I didn't know you have a boyfriend.
I was playing a character.
So progressive. You're on the Progressive Podcast.
Oh God.
Welcome to the Circle Jerk Podcast. Okay. Excuse me. Of the 232 major movies released last year, at least 32 were either sequels, IP revivals, or remakes. That's about 14%. I was actually expecting a little more.
Yeah, that does seem low to me too.
That still is a lot. That's almost 1 in 5, especially when you consider the fact that a lot of these movies that I was going down the list on, I'd never heard a fucking thing about them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this ties back into the initial question. Are they running out of ideas, or is this a cash cow? Only 14% of these things are all the sequels. 7 out of the top 10 grossing films of the year, all sequels or remakes and all this. Mm-hmm. It's got to be the cash cow thing.
Yeah, I guess.
At
But
least
that could also be
predominantly.
with how they were made. That
Well,
shot them to the top. You
Yeah.
know?
It just makes sense too, and those are the ones that get the highest budgets, so they have the best CG
Well,
and all that
exactly.
stuff. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
what
what
I
you're
mean.
driving at.
You could do a remake with some
Well,
low budget
I think-
shit, and
well-
it's not going to be in the top 10.
What if we lived through 6 Spider-Man remakes?
Oh my God.
Like actually like
I think
reboots of the
different
series?
characters
Something like
and
that.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Peter Packer.
Peter Packer.
Peter Parker picked
Yeah,
a peck
Peter
of pickled
Packer.
peppers.
God damn it.
Jesus Christ.
Surprisingly, only original movies won major awards in 2000.
No, that's how it always is though.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that because it's always like, let's let them have a turn?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
no, it's because
like-
they think of it as like those are the art films that win. Those are the ones that you probably
Oh.
didn't see in theaters because they were like shown at like Sundance and then had tours, not like a regular movie like Up in the theaters near you. It's like this movie's
Hillside
going to
and
do a tour
Marcus.
like a band does.
Yep.
And those are the ones, because those are the
actually
ones that
really
people
cool.
put effort into, and it is cool. But the industry that gives out the awards has become really corrupt, and it's become this
yeah, well, it's
idea
a joke.
of like, let's go in a circle of this person wins this year, then we're gonna let this person win this year, and then it really. If you look, at least to me, this is only my theory. I'm not saying this is what they do. I'm saying that to me, it looks like there's a pattern because the same people don't really win every year, and I don't know.
Look at Leonardo DiCaprio, one of the most prolific actors in the history of the business. And he never won anything until like just now. For a movie everyone agreed was basically subpar.
Yeah,
I never actually watched
What was that's the one with the
The
one with the
Revenant?
wolf scene, right? Yeah, the Revenant. That
Revenant,
movie, I thought that movie was incredible.
I
Honestly.
never actually got around to watching it,
if
unfortunately.
the reason that I heard that he won the award was because of one specific scene. And it's when he's getting mauled by this wolf.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this doesn't really spoil anything for the movie. It's just he gets mauled by a wolf in the movie. Sorry if that was what you were going
Well,
for,
I
and I ruined it.
know that.
Snake
Yeah,
kills Dumbledore.
exactly. Whoa!
Oh,
And no, but it is a riveting scene. Honestly, it is crazy how, and I don't think the wolf was like there or anything, you know.
Well, no.
So like, he just acts so well in it. He's getting his arm torn off, and it's the most realistic scene I've ever seen from someone trying to look like they're getting mauled and like in a real emotional sense.
Yeah.
He's like so clearly actually physically exhausted
Yeah.
during the scene, which you can tell the difference between somebody acting to be physically.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just you can do that, or you can actually fucking make yourself physically exhausted.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's due to him or the production team or what, but he definitely deserved, I think, to win
Gotta
that
be
award.
a
I guess-
solid mix of both, huh?
Yeah.
I guess everybody else didn't find your riveting Revenant that relevant. So
Holy fuck.
here,
How long were you waiting on that? Were you just
Thank you.
sitting
I
there
was
in your
gonna
head?
ask
like a good minute.
Repeating it.
So to end this part, I just want to say, so far in 2017, the industry is this is what we're going to see. These are going to be all the revivals, and I'm going to shoot through them real quick because they're like 15. Resident Evil, Lego Batman, X-Men, King Kong, Beauty and the Beast, which comes out today, by the way.
Nice.
Power Rangers, The Smurfs, King Arthur, that one's millennia old, Alien, Alien.
Nice. Not aliens.
Not Aliens.
Singular.
Wonder Woman, Transformers, guess what? It's Michael Bay. Spider-Man, Justice League, Star Wars, and Jumanji.
Jumanji kicks ass.
We're getting Jumanji. Dude, I went apeshit over Jumanji as a kid.
Yeah.
That's all coming out this year?
Yes, so
Holy
far.
shit.
So far.
Oh, they're doing a Jumanji remake? That's what that is.
Yeah.
a Jumanji,
It's
dude.
gonna be, isn't it like I thought I heard something about this, like the kids or something like that end up finding the, I'm not exactly sure. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a
Oh,
remake
man.
or
But
like
I thought
a
it was like they grew up and
sequel or
had
what.
kids and like, I thought, I'm not sure. I have no
I'm
idea.
super excited for that, honestly.
But yeah, I heard it was pretty
Okay,
sweet.
but here's the thing now. So we've just been sitting here talking about how, man, all they do is these remakes and they do all this stuff, but then we like hear about a remake
And
where we're like,
yeah,
I'm fucking
let's
seeing that.
go.
I'm gonna go to that.
But see, at the same time, like Spider-Man, I'm gonna be like, wow.
Yeah, I could
Another
honestly care
one.
less. Why do they keep making Spider-Man younger and younger too?
See,
now
but-
he's like Andrew Garfield, who was like supposed to be like 19 in it or something, and
Now we're on the other side of the page though. We're like, oh my god, they're making another one. Really?
I suppose it's just a matter of how far you do it. You know, there's never been a Jumanji remake.
Exactly. And that movie
I
was
think,
Boss.
Wait,
No.
was Jumanji a remake though?
Well,
The one that we remember?
I mean, I
I
guess
think it was. I think there's
Was
a
it
black
based
and
on
white
a book?
Jumanji.
There
No, I
could-
think there's a black and white like 1950s or something Jumanji.
that actually could be true.
I wouldn't quote me on that, but I swear I saw some footage of like the scene where all the their farm animals, the jungle animals are like ransacking the house.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you know, speaking of things that we were not fans of or not very good, Amy Schumer's new special dropped on Netflix within the last couple days, if I'm correct.
Oh, I heard about that. Dude.
It was a stand-up, I think.
Yeah, you know,
And I haven't exactly seen it, but I have heard numerous things from various people that it was not very good at all. They quoted the South Park episode where they do a spoof on her and basically
Oh, God.
where she just like says my vagina and like fat jokes and that's like as far as it goes. They said it was like just
Oh,
basically
man.
like that.
Yeah, I watched like the first 3 minutes of it or so, and what I thought was really funny is if you haven't seen it, she posted this big long rant about how the alt-right targets her and tries to discredit her and make her, people hate her and stuff. And in her post, she mentioned something about how it makes her stronger and more dangerous and so brave. And then in the first 3 minutes of her special, she has a joke at the expense of people who call themselves brave.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's just there's this level of cognitive dissonance that exists with her that I just cannot understand.
What's wrong with self-deprecating humor? Huh? Come on, guys.
Everything.
Yeah. I just, there's something about her that has always kind of bugged me. And, the thing that bothered me the most of that post was she said, I'm the first woman comic to sell out stadiums. Really?
Oh, come
Across the world.
Yeah, whatever. Still, Lisa
guess,
Lampanelli,
but
still. There's lots of other female comics, Kathy Griffin, and like, there's so many other
And
female
she
comics.
was just
who
in
are
a
so
bunch
much
of
better for
movies
her.
too, wasn't she?
Yeah, she
so
was-
that kind of gave her.
Yeah, and half of the content from all this stuff is stolen anyways.
Yeah.
So.
So that kind of just boosted
And to be fair-
her viewers or
Well,
whatever.
that's an interesting topic. You've heard obviously about the rumors not rumors, the idea that she's been stealing content, right?
I actually did not know that. No.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going around they're saying that she's been stealing content from people, and there's some pretty damning evidence. There's a couple of skits from Mad TV that she put on the Inside Amy Schumer show that are
Yeah.
verbatim.
Really.
She attributes that to be the fault of her
Her writing staff,
Yes.
yeah, and that she can't police everybody's that pitches a skit, like
Yeah.
So, and that's a little bit more valid, but the ones that bother me are, there's one that she put in her show it's 2 skits, and I can't remember what the context is, but if you watch this stand-up special, it's in the exact same order, it's the same punchlines. She just kind of words it a little differently, but she even has the jokes in the same order.
Really.
So it's I think it was like this one skit about how like a diet where people slap food out of your hands when you try to eat it. It's like so it's which is kind of a funny premise,
Yeah.
but like I think she kind of ruined it with her terrible spin.
Yeah.
But here's a really
No surprise.
interesting thing that Joe Rogan actually had to say about what may be the reason for all this, and it's the fact that the humor that and I only heard this was from Joe Rogan. I don't
Yeah.
know if he actually said this.
Yeah.
that her humor is so unoriginal and so like basic in the sense that it's, you know, it's about very simple premises.
Yeah.
That it's impossible that nobody would have done a similar joke before.
I guess that's true too.
So, and it's not shitting on her. Lots of people have made careers on, you know, that kind of stuff,
Yep.
you know, but I don't think you can be upset when people call you out on having unoriginal content. Then.
Yeah, that's a solid point. I mean,
Yeah, so I thought that was Joe Rogan's really grounded. You know, I think if anybody's interested in podcasts in general, they should definitely be watching his. He gets on great guests, and he's really good at not like being polarizing about it.
Yeah.
You know, he'll have on
who did he? He just had someone on recently, didn't he?
He has lots
sure
of
he
podcasts.
has.
I know, but
Are
someone
you talking
was
about the
just
Milo
telling me
Yiannopoulos one?
No, it wasn't
We
that
talked
one.
about that already.
Crap,
Yeah.
I can't remember. And I'm not going to, but
Yeah, he has a lot of interesting people on. He gets like Neil deGrasse Tyson on one week, and then
Mm-hmm.
he gets some political host on the next week that like super disagrees with him, and then he'll have on just some comedians to dick around with.
Yeah.
He'll bring on a UFC
and that's
fighter.
who I think it was. I think it was a comedian that
Yeah.
he brought on.
Then Alex Jones with a couple.
Then
lizard
Alex
people.
Jones, yeah. Get Alex Jones smoking a joint, and all of a sudden it's like lizard people are controlling the government, interdimensional child molesters are controlling them.
Live from the FEMA camp.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
That dude's off the rails, man.
Oh my
He's
God.
interesting as hell, though.
He's my favorite. So speaking of changing the subject,
Speaking of changing the
we've done a lot of talking about movies. I thought it would be cool to bring back a little something that we'd done last time we talked about visual media. I'm gonna list off this month's 5 fake pornos based on real movies.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
This is the in honor of Beauty and the Beast, or should I say Booty and the Beast, coming out today. It's not on the list, don't worry.
Did you make sure that these weren't already done, like in the last one that you did?
Nope.
Because there was a couple on there that had definitely had
couple?
heard. Yeah, the
A
Schindler's
couple.
Fist was the biggest
Well,
one.
Schindler's
but
Fist, yeah.
that one for sure. I think there was another. I can't remember. Just go ahead.
This one is going to be Disney themed for the occasion.
Okay.
This just seems inappropriate.
Yeah.
Don't you dare ruin my
now
childhood.
it's inappropriate.
Don't you ruin my childhood, you son of a bitch.
Okay, so topping the list off, number 1, we have Phallus in Wonderland.
Oh God.
Alternatively, Alice in Underpants.
It's not that great though.
When she like shrinks down and after the drinking that drink or whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all I can picture from that.
Oh, and this one it's roofied. Okay, number 2. I'm sorry. Number 2. This is a classic. Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
Well,
Good fucking God.
Interracial action there. Okay, number 3. We've got a sex toy story.
Oh, that's just an easy one, man.
Ride like the wind, bullseye.
God damn it.
Jesus.
That was an easy one, man. I can't give you credit
Oh,
for that.
come on.
You just added the word sex to this title.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
I don't know about that.
I think that was a lazy one. I gotta say, I think that one was a little lazy. I don't really try at my humor.
Number 4, Cherry Poppins. And
Oh,
finally,
whiskey. Ugh.
go down the wrong hole.
Oh man, that actually really.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
I'm sorry that I made you laugh so hard that you couldn't control your drink.
Sorry about that, guys.
And
Yeah, that's what it was. I was laughing so hard into my whiskey that.
And topping off the list at number 5, we have Grinding Nemo.
Oh my God. What?
He touched the butt.
Oh my God.
Jesus
I don't even know. I don't even.
There you have it, folks. Fun for the whole family.
There you have it, fun folks.
There you have it, fun, folks,
There
for
you
the
have
whole
it,
family.
Folks for the fun, whole family fun. Fan folks. I think I'm broken. I don't know what's happening.
Ian is broken.
All right. Well, lastly, I just want to bring up something really interesting that I saw. And it's this really cool augmented reality thing. And you guys know augmented reality. It's basically like it's VR, but you're also controlling something that actually exists in the physical world.
Mm-hmm.
And it was basically a sandbox driving course. But you can actually sit in a chair that reacts and is responsive to like what this RC car in this sandbox is doing. And then you put on the VR helmet and you can actually drive around these sandboxes because there's cameras in the little RC cars and it actually is drivable. I don't know. To me, that seems like the coolest thing. Like they got to get this shit at Dave and Buster's ASAP.
Dude, it's like I picture it like getting dune buggies and hauling ass around the dunes in Colorado.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like that,
you can just do
but
that
not
virtually.
doing that.
Well, and imagine once they create like complete complexes that
Yeah.
are just a big storage area, they empty out, and it's just a big track. And you can do all the stuff you've ever wanted to do in a car, but not have to worry about, dying or
Yep,
hurting
or
yourself at
anything.
all.
Oh man.
I know, right?
Man.
I know.
That's gonna be cool as hell.
Yeah, well, and everybody, it's so interesting when we talk about this stuff because everybody always kind of thinks like, oh, they did this at MIT. We're going to have it in 5 years. Yeah, if you're willing to pay like $2 million for all the equipment. And
Let's fund a business to do this.
Yep. All right, we're starting to GoFundMe. You can be fun.
You know what? Go fund yourself.
It's
Oh, now he laughs.
it's just gonna be the funny. Well, that was actually funny.
He laughs harder at that.
Oh yeah, because I'm
So did
hilarious.
I.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that that's a really cool idea, and I think they're probably gonna implement it for like driver's ed and stuff too.
Yeah, right? That would definitely be a solid idea.
That's
Super
how it
cool.
should work. That's how it should work. Because
Yeah.
then you don't got to spend all that money and shit. And all
Well,
that
exactly.
equipment and potential health and safety risks.
Healths and safety.
Health
Health and
risks.
safeties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun times. Fun times.
Here in
Yeah.
the circle.
Here at the circle. So yeah. Thanks for joining us here. We always have a fun time doing this. Everybody have a good rest of your St. Patty's Day if you're not already too wasted.
Yeah, drink up.
Yep, definitely. And this is Ian
Christian.
And Patrick.
signing off.